my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
He never leaves.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in. Yeah, he got my back.
best friend,
He keep me safe.
best friend,
He showed me love.
best friend,
He never changed.
best friend,
He lift me up.
best friend,
He filled my cup.
best friend,
He hold me close.
best friend.
He never left. Best friend, best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
Hey, he never leaves. Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in. Always, yeah.
My best friend.
My best friend, yeah.
Jesus, my best friend.
Forever my best friend. Woo! Yeah! Jesus, my best friend. Yeah.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. Yeah. Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
My best friend, yeah. Hey. My best friend, yeah. Yeah. Jesus, my best friend. Yeah. Forever my best friend. Woo. Yeah.
best friend. Jesus, my best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
He never leaves.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in. Yeah. Woo.
Good morning. We doing it a little different. W12 in the chat if you're feeling this one. W12 in the chat.
Hold me close. He's been good on me, do it. Yes. Yes, yes.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
He never leaves.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in. Jesus, my best friend. Best friend.
best friend,
My best friend.
best friend,
Best friend.
best friend, best friend, best friend, best friend, best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
He never leaves.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. He always step in. Jesus, my best friend. Best friend.
best friend,
My best friend. Best friend.
best friend.
Whoa, yeah.
Y'all like that one? Best friend dropping right after I get done with this live on Renewed Gospel. If you ain't over there, I need y'all to get over there right now. I done told y'all, and I keep telling y'all, we keep dropping these bangers over there, man. We keep dropping them bangers over there. Renewed Gospel. Jesus, my best friend. Best friends. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is straight. It still ain't all that, but it's straight. We gonna do what we do. I know I ain't gonna lie. Last night, man, I had a whole party out here. So yeah, I had to just give y'all them 3 videos that I dropped. And trust me, it taking everything in all day for me to upload these videos with this slow Wi-Fi. It took me 6 hours to upload them 3 videos all together total. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. But we only got a few more days till we get back to the regular scheduled program. But I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about that money man you already know. Now, y'all already see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Shedeur still fighting the Browns. Even after being named QB1. Shedeur got the job. He's QB1 versus the Raiders. But here's the crazy part. Even after being named the starter, he's still fighting the Browns. Still fighting the narratives. Still fighting for support. Still fighting to prove that he's already shown that he should be QB1. Being QB1 doesn't mean the battle is over. It means it's just the beginning. And I'm telling you right now, this just the beginning for Shedeur. This just the beginning for Shedeur. And for the Cleveland Browns, I ain't got to pull it up. I want y'all to look that up. The unofficial depth chart that they put out yesterday still had Shedeur as the number 2 quarterback. It had Dylan Gabriel first in parentheses. I'm like, bro, ain't no way. Let me just pull it up. I need to pull that up real quick before I go any further. Because y'all ain't going to believe this, man. Y'all are not about to believe it, man. I'm telling you right now. I said, they still don't want to accept it. Look at this. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it now? They still don't want to accept it. I said, how you had Dylan Gabriel in concussion protocol and still got him at QB1 with a name with parentheses? Then Shedeur second. They don't want, he's still fighting the Cleveland Browns. He's still fighting. I don't think it's going to change, man, Robinson. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's going to change. On paper, they don't want to put this boy in front of Dylan Gabriel. On paper, they don't want to see it. On paper, they don't want to put his name in front of Dylan Gabriel. On paper. You can erase it later, but you don't want to put his name on paper in front of Dylan Gabriel. So that's telling me a lot, man. They're telling me a lot. They're telling me a lot. And for, I know it's a lot of y'all women folk, some men too, that don't know football. And we all learning. I'm still learning football. And y'all still learning football. And what y'all gonna see, what I'm about to show you, is what I've been explaining. So I want y'all to hear it with the film, see it with the film, and somebody else explaining it to you. Then I'm gonna talk over it. I'm gonna pause and then talk through it and tell you some of the things I had seen from Shedeur. And to be honest, the last 8 plays for Shedeur in that game was the Shedeur we seen at Colorado and been playing. When it was crunch time, when the game was on the line, when you had to make a play, that was the Shedeur that needs to play from here on out. A full game. I was reading some comments. This crazy. I was reading some comments of folks on Twitter, YouTube, my TikTok. You see what he did? Dude put up the stats of Shedeur from the game. I'm like, dude, that's one half of football. One half of football, no first team reps, no time to prep. The game plan ain't yours. The offensive line barely blocking. The running back missed the whiffed on the blitz block, the blitz pickup. And he still was getting the ball to the receivers. One of them, Harry Fannin, dropped. We gonna see it. One of them, he dropped. And then you can say, okay, he probably should have just got the first down when Jared Judy was wide open when they was moving to the red zone. But you got to understand, that was third down when he took that shot to Gage. He understood that they were going to go for it on fourth down. But nobody could get open. But I'd rather go for the win, to be honest. Or the tie at that point, because we need a spark. Your team sorry. He a winner. He going for the big shot. And it was there. DB just made a good play. But, you know what I'm saying? But, Coach Prime reaction. Coach Prime reaction and bucket reaction. They should do getting in the game.
I was in tears. He called me screaming. And I'm crying right now.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at the whole stand. Damn, I should have been there, boy.
You've been on all these different ball clubs. When you have a quarterback that comes in and he's expected to provide a boost, what's it like?
Good call by the officials to stop that.
Jenkins is listed at 360 pounds. You better grab him and try to tear him.
All right, he said, no, I'll just let you know here.
What's good like calling secret? How do you want to go?
Hey,
I'm frustrated.
Hey, how is Bucket laugh louder than how he talk? That's crazy. Appreciate you, Miss Dunn. Appreciate you, Miss Dunn. Trusting God. We all trusting God. I ain't moving. I ain't wavering. I ain't doing none of that. I'm trusting him. I'm stepping in them footsteps. I'm following his footsteps and putting my foot exactly where he put his foot, so I won't go astray. I'm telling you. Brown hung up in their face. We were screaming like Bucket. I was sitting right here. Bad Wi-Fi buffering and all. Mouth wide open. I said that I can't even live stream anything. Then before I figured out the Wi-Fi problem, I couldn't even live stream. I was like, bruh, I got to get this thing. I got to get this thing figured out. But we're going to look at this right quick. This is what I'm talking about right here. What the guy name? Brian, y'all done seen the man on TV. You'll know who he is when you hear his voice. But he breaking down them last 8 plays of Shedeur in the Ravens game right here. And I'm telling you, listen to what he's saying and pay attention. Then I'm gonna pause and talk to it and try to explain it in a layman terms, if you can say. You know what I'm saying?
It's the last 8 plays of Shedeur here. Forget about his name, where he was drafted, who his dad is. Just evaluate him as a player. Hasn't played a meaningful snap since the second preseason game. All right, it's 23-16. There's 2.5 minutes to go right here, and he makes a perfect throw to Harold Fannin in the middle of the field across the middle for 25 yards, okay?
There were 25 yards now. Dylan Gabriel just had threw a pass past 20 yards in this game earlier before he got hurt. Shedeur threw a pass 25 yards.
We're knocking. Here we go. Now, you get this ball right here. Now, this is where practice actually comes in. Like, here comes Judy right there on the curl, right? You would like to throw this ball now before he curls, all right? That's where timing comes in. That's what he was talking about. Like, give me a chance to work with these guys. Like, it's the right throw. Awuzie has a good play, plays over the top, gets it out. Okay.
That's why I was telling y'all about the timing. That's why it's important for him to get reps with the first team, which he has never got until he got into the game. And live reps in the game with the first team was your first time getting reps with the first team. That's crazy. But that's why I was telling you when he was talking about dropping the hips and all that and that type stuff. And then we're going to see it later when he threw the interception. You're going to see it later. But that's that time and that anticipation from the quarterback to go ahead and throw that ball to the receiver before he get out his break.
Okay. All right, it happens. Now, he's got Malachi Starks right in his face coming on a safety blitz right here. And he makes this throw to Harold Fannin. Now, it goes right through Fannin's hands. All right, it's a perfect throw. All right, it's dropped. All right, you get this. All right, Judy, where the hell are you? There he is on a cross, and he hits him. All right, on 3rd and 10, they pick up 10, and they get the first down. All right, next play.
That was a heck of a play by Jared Judy. I still don't like him, but that was a heck of a play. He's still the receiver 3 to me. But, yeah.
Here we go. All right, you got Kyle Hamilton bugging the A-gap. He sees a little lane. He goes and gets himself 5 yards. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Now, I thought right here he could have taken this. He takes this shot right here because he's got another safety blitz coming right at him, and he spins to get out of the way, and he takes a shot to win the game to Isaiah Bond. All right, he overthrows it. It happened.
Now, I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't watched the all 22 yet, but I will after this. I think Isaiah Bond slowed up because I'm going to tell you right now, this dude still don't know the playbook. and he ain't never know the playbook. And so, because some of them players I showed y'all back when y'all been in my other live, this dude was blocking on the pass play, and then on the slant route, when Dylan Gabriel hit him in the head, he wasn't even looking at it. He wasn't even looking at it. What Albert Bill say? He stay hating. He the biggest hater of them all, besides Tony G.
Overthrew it. Had a chance. All right. Then you get another safety blitz. All right. I thought he could have taken this Judy right here. I thought he could have taken this shot, but he goes downtown. I thought Laverdane has his ball in his hands. And Awuzie pulls it out of his chest at the end. I thought it was a good throw. And then you get this. All right. 4th down and 5. Here we go. All right. Your right guard is beat. You're under duress. You're trying to get out of the way, trying to make a play. And you're going to Njoku. And, I mean, they pay that guy a lot of money right there, Roquan, to make that play. I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought they had a chance. There's a couple opportunities there to go tie that game up or win it.
That's what I'm saying right there. Them last 8 plays, how that's not smart football? Tell me. How is that not smart football? You can't blame the quarterback for taking a shot at the end zone, but the DB just made a good play. Your receiver was about to make a great play, but the DB made a better play. Just because Jerry Judy was wide open, I told y'all this yesterday or whenever the last time I was live, I said, just because they would have got their first down does not mean they was going to score. It was 3rd down. It was 3rd down. You still had another down left, which you just seen. Yeah, he could have threw to Jerry Judy, but I ain't taking nothing away from hitting it, trying to score a touchdown. You gotta lose them. You sorry. You gotta take them. You gotta try to take what you can get. That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm looking at it. Y'all can go back forward, but I ain't got no problem with him taking it. Dylan Gabriel was in there and would have took that shot, I wouldn't have been mad. Exactly. Who said Jerry Judy gonna catch? I told you he'll receive a 3. If that. Put Jerry Judy on any other team in the NFL, he would not be a receiver 1. Nowhere near. Even on the sorry Tennessee Titans, he'll probably be 2 behind Calvin Ridley. Maybe a 2, but not a receiver 1 nowhere else.
I wanted to hop on here and talk about Shedeur Sanders.
This Chase Daniels right here, he actually played in the NFL quarterback. Some of y'all had seen him on that other show with Shady and all them.
You think the performance wasn't great. It needs to get better. He didn't have any help. Here's what I do want to say. And Luke McCown, Brian Hoyer, backup quarterbacks unite, right? Like, I feel like I'm very well placed to talk about this. Luke McCown sent out a tweet earlier. I'm gonna try to put it here. It's gonna be a lot of different parts. Just keep me going. Pretty much outlining everything that goes on within a backup quarterback's life, and just exactly what Shedeur Sanders, or really any backup, forget about just Shedeur for a second, any backup quarterback goes through, is when you're thrust into the game and you're expected to play at an extremely high level, especially now because of his name. And then when you don't play a certain level because of your name, you're getting a lot more hate, a lot more all this stuff. I just want to stay in the even ground. I just want to stay right in the middle when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. It is very, 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 very difficult to jump in at a moment's notice when you haven't had any reps at all with the ones. You've had no reps with the ones. In fact, you haven't had any reps with your team's offense since the start of training camp. Chase, how is that possible? Well, in training camp, you're getting reps with the Cleveland Browns offense. You're running your plays. When you are running scout team, which I did it for 14 years. Luke McCown did it for 14 years. Now, he was a starter. Brian Hoyer, at some points, he did it for 14 years. Dan Orlowski, who has talked about it as well and was tagged in Luke's tweet, he's done it as well. You run scout team, meaning if you are the Browns and you are playing the Ravens and you are the backup quarterback, you are Lamar Jackson for the week. Let that sink in. It's almost better at times, like Luke was saying, because you are going against that one defense, but you've got all 2s and all 3s, and you are not running any type of offense whatsoever that resembles the Browns. And so, in your opinion, The process, in my opinion, your process has to change. And Shedor's probably found this out. Maybe he hasn't. What I would do and what a lot of other guys would do, they would get onto the field after practice. They would walk through with the backup quarterback and the quarterback coach and the backup quarterback coach. And they would walk through the plays and they would walk through the script, because the number one quarterback, which would be Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland, he gets every single rep, meaning he gets every single one rep because they have to have him ready to play. So the narrative out there, can we just calm it down? This is the process of playing quarterback for Shedeur Sanders. It will grow. It has to grow. Who knows if he's going to play? If he does play, though, he's going to get a week long full of reps, and then we'll actually be able to analyze and break down how well he's playing. Just wanted to get on here and let you guys know my thoughts on Shedeur Sanders.
Hey, it's still a process, but at the same time, we understand that Shedeur ain't getting no reps with the ones. And people saying this was a horrible performance. This was bad. I don't think he played that bad. Not after watching 5 games of Dylan Gabriel do what he did and don't even try to stretch the field, make plays. And they wasn't winning the game because of Dylan Gabriel. If you looked at the game, the defense was the reason why the Cleveland Browns was winning the game. The defense scored a touchdown, and the offense kept getting field goals. The offense never put up a touchdown with Dylan Gabriel now. So, yeah, for all them haters that were going to mention that he lost the game or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Folks going to say, try to anything. They're going to try to come up with anything just to say something, you know what I'm saying, to make their point. But it's ridiculous, man.
Tebow mania on steroids.
Nah, y'all already know I don't like that dude. He played a C money game. I mean, think about it though. You coming off the bench, you gotta factor in everything. You can't just say it's Shedeur Sanders. He need to go out there and play perfect when he ain't had the reps, man. Like, you gotta factor that in. You cannot leave that out. That he has not practiced with the ones that he was throwing to. You can't take that out. Yeah, you can say he need to throw the ball away. Yeah, he took a sack. Dylan Gabriel got sacked 6 times the last game. He ain't holding on to the ball too long. He ain't making the right read. He threw 2 interceptions in one game. But hey, look here. Yeah, everybody gonna pick and choose what they want to pick and choose to talk about and what they don't want to talk about. What's good, what's bad. But y'all already know I don't like to do with Apple Beer, so we're going to see what he said. Y'all say he says on spicy.
5 years from now, how do we all look back on the Shedeur saga just in his rookie year from April on?
I mean, probably like it was Tebow mania on steroids. I don't know. I mean, like I honestly, like I just don't have anything to compare this to, you know. At least Tebow is a first-round pick. Like, this is, you know, a 5th-round pick who I think, you know, was overvalued by a lot of people in the media. At one point, I was part of that group, although by the time we got close to the draft, I think if you guys were listening to me, I was sort of explaining what could happen, you know, and it's like I think that I think right now what we're seeing is what teams were fearful of, that we're looking at him in the 3rd and 4th round, right? Like, is like, if we draft him, like, could this turn into a circus? And, you know, it's not all his fault that it has, but that's exactly what's happened. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I think it becomes like sort of a challenging thing for everybody. You know, and how do you tamp down the, some of the hysteria over it? He didn't play very well on Sunday, which, you know, I think you saw a lot of the things that, you know, we've been trying to explain to you for the last, I'm not talking about you guys, but like you, the listener, we've been trying to explain to you for like the last 5 months, you know, like that. This is a guy who had a ways to go when he came in the league, and that's not an insult. Like, it's just what it was, you know, and I think you saw a lot of that. The footwork was a mess, kept bailing out of the pocket like he did at Colorado. You know, didn't seem to see it fast enough. Like, there's just all that stuff that, like, the criticism of him, you know, leading up to the draft, a lot of it was valid. And I think we saw that on Sunday. And as for how we're going to look back at this 5 years from now, I mean, you'd hope by then maybe the Browns have a long-term answer at quarterback. And if they do, you're probably going to look back at this and laugh. Which is unfortunate because I don't know that Shedeur necessarily deserves that, but people who are building this up to be the sort of thing it's been built up to be, I think are at fault for all that.
5.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, this dude Albert Beard is a joke, bro. He a complete, utterly joke. Cause how you gonna say these teams had him in the 3rd and 4th round because they didn't want to deal with the circus that came with Shedeur. So it ain't got nothing to do with football. Why Shedeur fell to the 3rd and 4th round where teams were thinking about drafting him, but they didn't pick him. So he fell to the 5th round. Then you gonna tell me this is the reason why what we seen on film. Dude came in the second half, and like I told you, you gotta put everything in the perspective and the totality of the situation. You can't just pick and choose what you want to pick and talk about. Dylan Gabriel been getting all the reps, first team reps, since training camp, since they got drafted. Shedeur ain't took a snap with the first team ever until he started playing in the game, and he talking about anticipation. He talking about anticipation and footwork. The last time I checked, Shedeur didn't bail out the pocket. He got sacked twice, drifting or whatever they want to call it. Should have threw the ball away. That ain't bad feet. Cause when the feet was good, them throws was accurate. When no throw off the money. The only reason why he threw the interception because one, Jared Judy ran the wrong route, but he had 3 linemen blocking one dude and a free blitzer that blasted him. So you can't tell me that he just threw the ball to the dude and he had bad footwork. Bro, watch the film. That's why I told y'all, quit listening to these folks. Watch the film. Because bro don't know what he talking about. He's just trying to talk from people that don't see it and folk that don't like Shedeur. He's talking from that perspective because they probably ain't watching the film and don't know what they looking at. Come on now.
I think what Kevin and the coach have been trying to do is trying to give him a chance to develop properly. And, I think what we saw on Sunday were some flashes of some ability, but a guy who clearly wasn't ready to play. You know what I mean? He's just not ready to start in the NFL. And I think you can see it with his footwork. I think you can see it what he does with what he does in the face of pressure. You gave a lot for a defensive coordinator to work with, on that tape, and so again, I think that there's some stuff to like in what you saw with Shedeur from a ability perspective, but it's not like we're talking about like a Josh Allen or a Caleb Williams or that sort of talent. There's some ability there. And then I think you also saw a guy who's still pretty raw, who has a ways to go, and maybe would benefit from sitting the whole year. I think you at least see some validity in the Browns handling us the way they did.
Ain't no validity in seeing how the Browns been handling it, because if you wanted this dude, if you wanted Shedeur to play, you would have been getting him prepared to play, just like you've been doing Dylan Gabriel. So don't say he's not ready to play when the team hasn't been getting him prepared to play. How can you say he's not ready when you ain't been getting him ready? That makes no sense, man. And he keep talking about this footwork. Show me where he has some bad footwork. He hasn't overthrown a receiver. He hasn't thrown the ball in the dirt. He hasn't done none of that. He hit Fannin in the hand under pressure. So what you mean he gave the defense stuff to look at on film? The only thing the defense done looked on film is the offensive line, and the running back can't pick up a blitz. So, of course, they don't put some on film. Not from Shedeur. It came from the offensive line and the running backs that can't pick up a blitz. The running back whiffed on the blitz when Hamilton sacked him. The offensive line had 3 offensive linemen blocking one dude with a free blitzer. How is that Shedeur fault? This dude ridiculous, man. This dude is ridiculous, man. You such a hater. You gotta spin stuff and put it in your terms to make it fit your narrative when it ain't even true. And that's the main reason why you up there and start spreading them lies and them fake narratives that the New York Giants put out. And you believe in that mess to make it fit your narrative that this the reason why Shedeur need to sit a year. He's not ready. He played one half. He played one half of football in the NFL with a first team he ain't never practiced with. Never. And you want this dude to go out there and be perfect. Y'all ain't saying nothing about Cam Ward. But what would he do?
Albert, if it was up to Kevin Stefanski, do you think Shedeur would be here at all?
It's a good question. I think like now my understanding was he was pretty high on their board, for where he was picked. Like now, obviously,
Albert, if it was up to Kevin Stefanski, do you think Shedeur would be here at all?
It's a good question. I think like now my understanding was he was pretty high on their board, for where he was picked. Like now, obviously, like there's a limit to how much you can say that because they had a higher grade on Dylan Gabriel. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken Dylan Gabriel in the third round. So, I like my understanding was it did get to the point where and you guys know how like they're not even magnets anymore. All of it's digitized. But when you have one name that's kind of above the rest, it's like, okay, like we can ignore that for so long. We have to ignore that. We can only ignore that for so long before we actually make a decision, and we actually pull that name off the board. And, I think they got to that point with Shedeur. Did Kevin have misgivings on that because of how that related to how that might have affected the rest of the guys, on the roster, how it might have affected the locker room? And is it worth it with a fifth round pick? Then yeah, I would say yes, that he would have some questions about that.
Now Shedeur a problem in the locker room because they drafted him. Like Miss Robinson just said, how you gonna be high on the draft board, but then you can turn around and say he wasn't in but a 4th or 5th round pick on other draft boards, but he was high on the Browns, but he wasn't higher than Dylan Gabriel. So how was it then? You can't be high being a 5th round draft pick. You can't be high on the draft board being a 5th round draft pick. It's only 7 rounds. It's only 7 rounds. So how can you be high on the draft board and you got picked in the 5th round, but you weren't higher than Dylan Gabriel? So what, they had him a high 4th round pick? That what you saying? This dude ridiculous, man. And he got a job. He got a job. People actually listen to this dude. He write articles and people pay him to write them articles and talk. Meanwhile, I'm on here. That means I can do the same thing. Sports Illustrated, if y'all watching, hire me. Because that dude ridiculous.
I think it's a complicated situation. I think it's complicated by his last name. Like I personally think like based on what I know, I think that their intention was to redshirt him this year and like maybe get a look at him at the end of the year. And I think what happened on Sunday represents why. And so now, like the good news is now they'll get a chance to go and build something for him and try to scheme something up that is going to give him a better chance in this game. But again, like I think if anybody's expecting some miracle, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's a complicated situation.
Hey, Albert, we're about to see. I can't wait for Shedeur to shut you up, bro. I can't wait for Shedeur to shut you up. Like, this dude just rubbed me the wrong way. No did it. He just rubbed me the wrong way. I can't. Like the buffoonery that he talking.
If you were running the Browns right now, you'd play Bailey Zappi then instead of Shedeur this week against the Raiders with Dylan still in the condition protocol.
I mean, based on what I've seen, I'm not a scout or a coach. So I want to be clear about that. But like, I did see like you're going to be going up against Patrick Graham this week, right? And one of the more complex defenses that that you'll face. So maybe he'll look good. Maybe they can game it up because the Raiders don't have great players, or maybe Patrick Graham puts him in a blender. And then where does that leave you? You know what I mean? Like now you got to unwind some of those things. I don't know. Like again, like I don't have the information that Kevin Stefanski or Tommy Reese or any of those guys have on like where he is coming out of that. You know what I mean? But I think you guys would agree. I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you guys would agree. Like there were a lot of plays in that game where it looked like he really didn't know what he was looking at. And all right, like I'm going to try to run to get myself out of this. And I think he figured out pretty quickly that like he can't get away from the rush the way he could in college. Like I'd say there were a handful of plays like that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, nobody here actually thought he played well on Sunday.
Yeah, he looked bad.
Yeah, so like there's that thing about it, like where it's like okay, like how are you ever going to get him? So now, like this is an example, right? Like so, like those plays where he drifts and now all of a sudden he's like screwing his tackles over, right? Like so his tackles are kind of blocking to a spot and he is like backing into that spot. All right, like so like now like those plays have resulted in big hits. On other plays he's getting pressure from the middle. Like are you gonna do you trust that this week all of a sudden he's going to start stepping up in the pocket, or is he going to reinforce bad habits?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the practice is for now.
I mean, can you simulate that in practice?
Against Myles Garrett and Mason Graham, I think he might be able to.
In a week? Well, like, do you think that bad habit that he had for 4 years in college is going to be solved in a week of practice? I don't know.
I'm laughing because this dude ridiculous. So you mean to tell me Dylan Gabriel didn't run into a sack? You mean to tell me Shedeur doing a drop back and he's setting up his tackles for bad did get him sacked? The boy got sacked twice. Dylan Gabriel got sacked 6 times in one game with the starting offensive line. He wasn't stepping in the pocket. How about the 3 offensive linemen that's on one player? How about they block the blitzer, then he can step up in the pocket? How about he did step up in the pocket and threw a strike to Harry Fannin when he finally did catch it? This dude ridiculous, bro. And then he gonna say, listen to this, y'all. This man said the defensive coordinator for the Raiders gonna put Shedeur Sanders in a blender. I want y'all to go look up what the Raiders record is. Go look up the record. Don't worry about it. I got it right here for you. Don't worry about it. I got it right here for you. The Raiders are 2-8. Who has the defensive coordinator for the Raiders put in a blender? They is 2-8. And you telling me he gonna put Shedeur in the blender? He gonna confuse Shedeur that much? Shedeur didn't look like he knew what he was looking at. He ain't been practicing with the receivers. He ain't been running with the ones. He been running scout team, bro. He ain't got no reps with these players but Gage. He didn't know what he was looking at, but he threw a 25-yard strike over the middle of the field and still had a chance to win the game, to tie the game up at least. Bro, that's buffoonery, but I'll tell you. And they talking about he played bad. For the circumstances, I think he did pretty good. To be an NFL debut under all that pressure, ain't had no rep with the first team, just jumping in the game. They blitzing you because you a rookie. The defensive coordinator said out of his own mouth that we had to prepare for both quarterbacks. Why in the world would a defensive coordinator say he got to prepare for a 5th-round draft pick that ain't got no reps with the first team? Because he knew if he ain't prepared, Shedeur about to shred him up. And what's wrong with him running? If it's open, then what you tell the quarterback to do, run. Run for the first down. He got the first down twice. That's a problem. That's a problem because he ran. Dylan Gabriel ran and got concussed. Taking big shots. Dylan Gabriel took the big shots. Shedeur only took one. Yeah, y'all hear it now? Hold on. He wasn't saying nothing important anyway. That first video, he wasn't saying nothing important. Just trying to figure out how to find the offense to fit Shedeur. When they need to find an offense to fit Dylan Gabriel, because ain't none of it working. Yeah, y'all hear me? Tell me if y'all can hear this.
I'm not oblivious to the entire fact of what this situation.
Y'all can hear that? All right.
I'm not oblivious to the entire fact of what this situation is. Shedeur Sanders was QB4. He was not the main focus. He was not the only focus, even though many fans probably would have preferred it to be that way. That's not how they evaluated this quarterback room. That's not how they went in. It wasn't just Shedeur and let's get Shedeur ready. There is a team aspect to that, and you have to prepare 75 plus guys basically during the preseason and beyond to actually be ready to go. And then obviously that number gets cut down, but not by that much by the time we're talking the practice squad and everything else. There's a lot of guys to be responsible for, a lot of guys to work on the development of. But it feels like the development of Shedeur just went to the wayside. It feels like it went across when, again, Jimmy's sitting there screaming at training camp, figuratively, not literally, but he's figuratively screaming to you that both quarterbacks are going to play this season and that's something they deem as important. I never felt that importance. I never felt the idea to get Shedeur ready was something that this Browns team ever focused on. It feels like, sure, did you want to redshirt him this year? Because that part of it never makes sense to me either. If the idea was that he wasn't going to play this season, then the idea was completely wrong. Because there's no point in drafting a quarterback in the 5th round to not play this year. You didn't draft Shedeur Sanders on the idea that he might be a good backup one day in the NFL. You drafted him on the idea of a lottery pick.
That man speaking Hondons. He's speaking 10 stacks, 10 racks. I'm telling you, like, it was never the focus, clearly, of the Browns. Skevin Stefanski, Tommy Reese, Bill Musgrave. It was never the chance that they figured they were going to play Shedeur Sanders. That's why my narrative, my opinion, my theory, my conspiracy, whatever you want to word you want to use, that Andrew Barrett was setting it up for Shedeur to play, for Shedeur to take over, because he traded Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. They never was even thinking about playing Shedeur this year, probably at all, until I told y'all they were going to be forced to play him. I told y'all they were going to be forced to play Shedeur when they had 4-5 quarterbacks on the roster. I told y'all they did. So now it's only 2 that's active. You telling me we still ain't gonna prepare him because he one play away? Now he one play away, and now everybody saying he played horrible. Shedeur, if you watching this, because I know you know my name now. You heard Prime Equity, and then you said Money made the song. So hopefully you look me up, bro. Hey, supporter over here. If you listening, I want you to know. I know this is the most pressure you ever done been in, because you got everybody on the staff against you. Some of the media and these trolls against you. Then the other half is for you. But the head coach ain't for you all the way, because in the other situations you had your dad who had your back and you was the guy. You in Cleveland, they ain't believe in you, they ain't prepare you, they didn't want you, they were forced to draft you, and now you got to go out there and prove them wrong on your own terms because they ain't helping you develop. You got to do it yourself. So you got to go out there and play like a Hall of Famer in your first ever career start. You got to play like a Hall of Famer in your first ever career start, because it don't matter that you ain't had no first team reps all summer, all training camp, up until week 11 in a physical game, live game action. That's the first time you had reps with the first team. That ain't going to matter. That ain't gonna matter that you was drafted in the 5th round and you got colluded against. They don't believe in. That don't matter. All that matters is you Shedeur Sanders. You came from Colorado. You cocky, you arrogant. That's what they saying. And we don't want you to succeed. That's the only thing that matters. He's not that good. You telling me, since y'all keep talking about he a 5th round pick, so you telling me a 5th round pick supposed to be played like a Hall of Famer when he first get out there? That's what you telling me. You keep telling me he a 5th round pick, but still holding him to a high standard like he was the first overall pick. You can't have it both ways. You got to pick a side. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me I went at one side of your mouth that he a 5th round pick, then the other side that he not good. When the last time a 5th round pick been good when he first started playing? Because you're telling me a 5th round pick, but you're talking like he was the first overall pick. Make up your mind. When has Albert Beer been on the radio talking about a 5th round pick, a 5th round quarterback consistently? If you search Shedeur name consistently, his content comes up. If you go search another 5th, go search Kirk Cousins' name back when he came out. I guarantee you ain't gonna find that on Kirk Cousins. They ain't talking about Kirk Cousins like they talking about Shedeur. They ain't talking about Dak Prescott like they were talking about Shedeur when he got drafted. So, what is you saying? What is you saying? Pick a side. You can't say he a 5th round pick and talk about him like he a 1st round pick. And treat him and analyze him and criticize him. No, get out of here.
Guys, I want to be dead serious about this. I hope this is one of the worst takes that I've ever had, and I hope this is played. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to do this for effect. I hope this, guys. I want to be dead serious about this. I hope this is one of the worst takes that I've ever had, and I hope this is played in perpetuity. Sunday's amazing. Sunday's going to go rough. Sunday's going to be a bad day, and we need to prepare ourselves for that. 4:25 or 4:05. I forget what time the game's starting. It could be 9 in the morning. I don't care. It ain't going to go well. It's not going to go well.
You don't think there's any shot?
No.
It's the Raiders.
It's 1 week, and you're doing things that, again, and Jordan Reed brought it up. These are terminal issues. The drifting in the pocket, you're exactly right. You don't have great tackles. The Raiders are a bad team. Guys, you've already lost to one bad team. You're not a good team. You're bad.
We're underdogs.
Good. You're not good. So to go, oh, well, the Raiders, it's like, well, you lost to the Jets. And you lost to the Jets on the road. You haven't won a road game in 13 or 14 games. I lost count. You haven't won a game in a Western time zone or Pacific time zone since 2013.
No, come on.
And this is the group that's going to change that.
That's true.
Against the Raiders, oddly enough. So maybe they will be the one that changes that. But I just don't think it might end up like a Browns home game where a lot of people are going out to Vegas. So maybe you got that. But the problem is you've lost a lot of games at home too recently. So I don't know if that really matters. It's not going to go well. And I hope, I want to look right to the camera and say, I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. But what Albert says, and there's a lot of things that I just don't want to hear from Albert a lot of times. And I'll stop there because I don't want to end up in a meeting. He's right. He's right. You got.
Well, he's just totally dismissing him.
Well,
he's like, why are you guys in Cleveland are talking a lot of Shedeur Sanders? Yeah. That's how it sounds.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm glad he said he hope it go bad. Because all the expectations is they want Shedeur to play good. So when the expectations they're high and he play bad, then it's a letdown. But if you already come with an expectation that he gonna play bad, then when he play good, it's a surprise. It's reverse psychology. I'm telling you right now, the expectations is for Shedeur to go in there and play good from the fans that like him. The expectation for him to play bad is from the trolls and maybe people that realize that the Cleveland Browns as a totality is a bad team. No matter if Shedeur throw for 510 yards and 4 touchdowns, the Browns are a bad team and they can still lose. Miles Garrett had 5 sacks in a game, lost, instead of franchise record. 4 games, 4 sacks in the games, lost. Get what I'm saying? I know we want Shedeur to play good, and I'm expect him to play good. But him saying that is setting it up for him to come back. I ain't talking about me, because I'm expecting him to play good and to shut everybody up. But for him to say that, he's setting it up for him to come back next week, next Monday, and say, see, I told you that it wasn't going to look good. But on the other end, if Shedeur play good like we expect, then he be like, wow, that was a surprise. He's setting himself up for a win-win. That's what I'm saying.
Clearly honest as human. So I can only be as clearly honest as possible. These are things that cannot be fixed in 3 days of practice. And they're not going to be fixed in 3 days of practice. And it ain't going to go well.
Well,
on
the line is not getting any better, right?
No.
This week, you have no reason to believe the offensive line.
I hope I'm wrong, guys. Well, Ken, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
Well,
I'm afraid of having to waste more time talking about guys that just don't come to fruition. Because you guys know this isn't a good setup for anybody in the 5th round, let alone him, who's a very popular guy. It wasn't a good setup for Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who is a 5th round guy. And it ain't going to be a good setup for Shedeur Sanders. This is where we're at. So I think you have a defense right now that is flatly Super Bowl quality, and it will boil my guts on Sunday to see them have to play against the Raiders and their own offense on Sunday afternoon.
Well, I'm not pushing, but the thing I said, and the reason I said house money yesterday is because I already had arrived to the conclusion that I kind of think you've gotten to this week. But that doesn't mean that I'm not like kind of excited to see if he is really that guy that can. Well, hold on now. I want to give him a chance.
I want to as well, but I don't think he's going to get a chance.
But I have so many Shedeur people getting after me. I mean, they're finding me on Instagram and Facebook. I don't even use Facebook. To see the messages and accusing me of being the worst kind of individual you could possibly be because I have my doubts about Shedeur. I do want to hold out hope that it would be kind of awesome to have all this shoved in my face. I've had stuff shoved in my face before. Like, it'd be great for the show, for him to be great. Of course, it'd be great for Cleveland if he would be able to turn this around. It'd be a great national story.
Now, I hope y'all ain't none of the one doing that. I hope y'all ain't going to find this man on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and then talking smack. Please don't. Everybody got their own platform. They can say their own opinion. That's why I say I ain't getting mad at nobody for saying what they saying. And some of y'all don't like what I'm saying. Some folk don't like what I'm saying. And that's why they unsubscribe and they leave nasty comments and all that. But this is my platform. I can say what I want to say. You go make to your own platform and then you can say what you want to say. But hey, yeah, they switching up. But they're part of their game. They get paid to be I don't want to say neutral, but they get paid to pick sides and make the emotions high. That's what they get paid for. So when I say something you don't like or say something you do like, your emotions get tied up into it either way, good or bad. So they just doing their job. But yeah, they is switching up. But when they be good and it's all good, everybody gonna love you. But when it bad and it's all bad, they gonna hate you. That's just the way it is.
How do you think things are going to go for Shedeur on Sunday since he's starting against the Raiders?
Against the Raiders, 2 touchdowns and a win for the Browns.
Hey! Whoa! Are you serious, James? Here we go, Brownies! Here we go! Ooh, ooh. Wow! All right. Hey, I'm writing that down. Okay. James?
We got one believer.
All right. I like it. Why do you think that?
Well, part of it is the opponent now. The Raiders are awful.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're 2-8
the other part of it is Shedeur Sanders will get number 1 reps. He'll get first-team reps, and no one will be able to say that. And I do think he'll look better. And that was a tough spot to be in.
So wait a minute. You're walking back 2 touchdowns and a win?
No, 2 touchdowns and a win.
Okay.
He's going to get first-team reps all week in practice, and he's going up against the Raiders.
Okay. 2 touchdowns and a win. I'll take James Rapine. Locked On Bengals down in Cincinnati. 2 touchdowns and a win. I would like. I would love to come in here. Would I be told I'm wrong then?
Ooh.
I think so.
You know what? Who
I think
cares?
so. Yeah, well, I'd love it. I'd love it.
Man, y'all over here acting a fool, man. Somebody gonna manage the game. Shador need to get the ball out quicker. And I done explained that already. You been here when I explained it. I don't know if you a troll or you on Shador side. You be wishy-washy too, switching each side. I don't know, Shy. And who is this dude? I don't know who this dude is. But no, it's 1/2, man. How y'all can't get that in your head? It's 1/2. Hold on. Like I said, it's 1/2. 1/2 of football, and y'all saying he played bad. What I'm saying is, how can you, after 5 games, we seen Dylan Gabriel. We seen Shedeur in 1/2. 1/2. I said, in my opinion, I don't think he played that bad under the circumstances. Under the circumstances. He was thrust into the game with no first-team reps. The only first-team reps you ever got with this squad that you playing with is in the live game that you in right then. So no, don't say he played a word. Don't say he played horrible. Put everything in the totality and in the context and then speak.
There's no doubt what we have said about the 2 quarterbacks. It's really unfair. It's been a half of football. And Dylan Gabriel, it's also kind of unfair to just act like his 5 full games or 4.5 games are his career. But it's not looking good for Dylan Gabriel, obviously. But the thing is, what we've noticed the differences is, hey, look at what they're tasking Dylan Gabriel to do. The lowest ADOT in the league. People are becoming familiarized with that term, but it's depth of target.
Jonathan brought it up to him yesterday. Yeah.
It's dinking and dunking. Like, there's just a fancier way to say they're only going short on any of these. And there hasn't been a lot of hope. We finally did see him start to take off, finally.
Yeah.
But it also might have led to him getting hurt. But with Shedeur, what we said we liked about him was, hey, look, they're going vertical. My question is, Kenny, will they trust him now with a week of practice to go vertical if they think he's got these bad habits? Because if they think he's got these bad habits, how often are they truly going to send him in those situations?
Then I might find myself agitated. Like, you got to lean into what he's comfortable with. You have to.
Is that the freelancing, though? That people are
I'd like
worried
to say
about?
You're just not going to put this guy. You're in a situation. I think everybody's in a situation they'd rather not be in. I think that Shedeur is starting before he's ready. I think he's starting before the Browns are ready. And to try to turn him into some sort of robot is going to make it even worse. Like, that's what I'm bringing up to everybody. I know a lot of people hear it and they just hear hater, liar. No. I ask you, as I came to this conclusion of what I think is going to be on Sunday, which I think is going to be a pretty rough day for everybody involved, including Browns fans. What do you think of the coaching staff? What do you think of the organizational structure? You guys don't think much because you've been ranting and raving about it for the last 6 months. So if you've been ranting and raving about how this whole thing is set up in the last 6 months, you can't tell me you feel great.
You're right. I don't feel great about the coaches and the situation, but I believe in 12. I believe in Shedeur. So with me believing in Shedeur, I understand what he can do, and I've seen it. That's what I believe in. Now, the outside stuff, as far as the coach, and the team, period, the receivers that can't get open. I mean, we can't do nothing about that. But I believe in 12. So yeah, the 6 months, it's been a sabotage, collusion, and butt breaking, Kaepernicking, whatever word you want to use, it's been that. But now you forced to play the guy, and we gonna see what he do. Good or bad. We're gonna see what he do, and then let's see a full game, then come back and keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. I'm telling you, we ain't gonna know who these quarterbacks. I done said this. We ain't gonna know who these quarterbacks is the 3 to 4 years from now. We don't know who they is from 3 to 4 years now. But watch the whole totality of the film, watch the whole game, and understand what you're looking at. When that receiver drop that ball, when Jerry Jeudy don't run that route to get open, and Shedeur try to fit it in there, I don't want to hear nothing. Because Shedeur can't throw the ball to a wide open receiver every play. You had to create separation and win your one-on-one battle. Offensive line, running back, defensive line, DB, wide receiver, linebacker. You have to win your one-on-one battle every play. I told y'all that. It just ain't on the quarterback. If the receiver can't get open, he can't throw it. Come on now. Look at the whole game. Quit looking at just Shedeur. If they not getting open, he can't throw the ball. Then my last one, then I'm gone. Hold on.
How often does a 3rd round rookie quarterback and or a 5th round rookie quarterback ever have success in the NFL? Like, incredibly rare. Rarely are they even on the field, let alone having success. So, like, what's the bar you're talking about with Shedeur? I think Shedor's going to look better than he did Sunday next week. I mean, the Raiders are terrible.
Well, I'd certainly hope so.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's degrees to this. Is he going to go out here and throw for 300 yards and put up 30 points? Highly doubtful. And that's not even all. Like, the thing I've been screaming all year, and no one really cared and just kept saying fire everybody. But now suddenly, I think the Shedeur fans care. Is like, the tackles are the worst in the league, and I don't have the updated numbers, but this was as of a few weeks ago. They haven't changed. Slowest receivers in the league are among the slowest receivers in the league. They don't create separation. They don't make catches in traffic, and they drop first downs. Now, the first down drops have actually seemed to have gone away. You know, we haven't been screaming about the drops quite as much here the last few weeks, but this is a horrendous offense in general. So what quarterback is going to come in here and have success? So that part of it isn't even on him. That's just what he has to work with around him. That's setting him up for failure. And then you mix in his strengths and his shortcomings. And yeah, no, it's really hard to get a fair evaluation on any of these guys because of the state of the offense. But, you know, everything that we were told, everything that we were saying in the pre-draft process, you saw unfold. Yeah, it was only 2 quarters. Yeah, it was 1 half. The alarming part is everything that we heard bad, you saw with your own eyes immediately. Doesn't know what he's looking at, holds on the ball too long, turns his back. Like, trifecta. 1, 2, 3. You saw it all. So, like, that's why he fell, guys. It's not a conspiracy that the NFL has against him. It's not the Browns try. Like, we have heard, there have been so many stupid things said, just totally irrational, dumb, emotional things said over the last 6 months. And I left Sunday going, okay, well, there you go. Now you saw it. Now you've seen it for yourself. Like, that's why. That doesn't mean he can't have a successful NFL career. I would never say after 2 quarters a guy is or is not going to have a good career in the NFL. The only thing I've said all year is he's not ready right now. The best thing he could have done and should have done would be to go to Baltimore or Philly. And they didn't want to do that. So now here we are.
Hold on. Cause you telling about he hit a trifecta on the stuff teams don't like. So you mean tell me Patrick Mahomes, the way he run around and throw the ball sidearms and be flicking the ball behind his back, jumping in the air, throwing the ball, that's regular quarterback play? That's what you telling me. That is allowed. That kind of play at quarterback is allowed. You mean to tell me all these quarterbacks don't have flaws? All these quarterbacks don't have bad habits. You tell me Tom Brady ain't had no bad habits. Peyton Manning ain't had no bad habits. So if all these quarterbacks are perfect, they run around and extend plays. Freelance is the word they want to use. And you telling me throwing the ball sidearm, jumping in the air, running sideways, then throwing the ball sidearm. That's regular quarterback play. But Shedeur drifting in the pocket, turning his back, spinning. That's not regular. That's bad? No, bro. Like I said, put all of it in the totality and in the context before you start talking and trying to prove your narrative right. These quarterbacks do the same thing. Lamar Jackson does not sit in the pocket back there and just stand there and throw the ball. Don't nobody do that no more. Everybody has to use their legs, be mobile, and extend the plays. I don't understand it, bro. You just want to say it with Shedeur. That's why he failed. No, bro. Didn't Caleb Williams didn't stand in the pocket. Jaden Daniels didn't stand in the pocket. Did none of them quarterbacks stand in the pocket and just throw the ball? Someone be jumping in the air trying to throw it. Like, come on now. Don't lie to me. Just because you mad, Shedeur doing some stuff that you don't want your quarterback to do. But every other quarterback in the NFL do it. But there's a problem when Shedeur do it. Nah, man. It SV, whatever your name is, bro. Everybody don't have the same type of knowledge of football, bro. What I'm saying is, you tell me what knowledge you got of football and why you say what you saying. But it's still your opinion. That's all I'm saying. Everybody got their own opinion. But that's why that's why my channel, what I do is I try to break it down so people can understand it on what I know about football. I ain't saying I know everything, but what I know about football and what I see, that's why I break it down to layman terms on people that might not know or understand. You can't criticize somebody for not knowing something about football and speaking their opinion. That's their opinion, bro. See, Eli, you exactly what I'm talking about, bro. I'm comparing Shedeur Sanders' physical tool to Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. Let it go, bro. You fanned out. Clearly, he wasn't here when they clocked Shedeur running 20 miles an hour. When they clocked Shedeur running 20 miles an hour. What I'm saying is, you cannot tell me that Shedeur has bad habits and while these other quarterbacks do the same thing. So they have the same bad habits. You can't point out just one player. You telling me he running around, extending plays, spinning out of stuff, throwing the ball sideways. You can't tell me he the only one that do it when all the other quarterbacks do it. So don't talk about I'm comparing them. I'm comparing them because all of them had the same bad habits. Every quarterback had bad habits, just not Shedeur. So don't point that out. That's the reason why he failed, because he hold the ball too long. He don't get rid of it. He do this, he do that. When clearly the other quarterbacks got bad habits and they ain't perfect neither. So yeah, point that out. And the main one is Patrick Mahomes. They done won 3 Super Bowls. It seems not to be a problem for him. Because what traditional quarterback throws the ball sidearm and runs and jumps and throws the ball behind the back? See what I'm talking about? You ain't been here. So if you're going to hate, do your research so you know that Shedeur ran 20 miles an hour. Go look it up. Matter of fact, go back to my live when I showed it. If you've been here and you'd seen it, you instead of trolling, you would have known. So yeah, you would have known. I had to find it again, Miss Robinson. But see what I'm saying? You want so much that you don't want to see the facts. You don't want to see the facts. It was documented from the Cleveland Browns. Straight from the Cleveland Browns. It wasn't nothing nobody posted. They made it up. AI, nothing. It was straight from the Cleveland Browns. So don't tell me a 70% completion percentage and accuracy is bad. Don't tell me that's not good. Don't tell me he can't pick up reading and all that. No, I don't want to hear none of that. You ain't in that room. You ain't seen. Put everything in totality and in the context. Stop talking out the side of your neck just because you don't like one player and this and that. See what it is. Yeah, Lamar got sacked 4 times. They ain't bring that up. They ain't gonna bring it up. It's Lamar Jackson. He won MVP twice. Should do a 5th round pick. And everybody hate Deion. And they keep bringing up Deion, and these two totally different people. But I'm going out there thing, man. I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about that Money Man. Folk that don't know, bro. I'm telling you, man. Don't forget Renewed Gospel. Follow me on Twitch. Money Man, you already know for the ones. We still doing the Shedeur jersey giveaway. Like I said, I announce it, make the flyer and all that, my thumbnail and all that, and announce it officially when I get back. But for the ones that's on Twitch, I appreciate y'all. Keep coming back because y'all name already entered into the drawing. And then, you know, we're going to draw it sometime before Christmas. And then it'll be a Christmas gift for whoever the winner. It's a random draw. I'm dropping some more music pretty soon. Be prepared for that. Hey, be prepared for 12 this Sunday. And then we're going to live stream that too. And what else I'm forgetting? Twitter, Money Man, and Brown Town Ops. That's my Twitter. Cash App, SavageAL21. If y'all feel like donating, and subscribe to Renewed Gospel. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, subscribe to Renewed Gospel. We about to get some of these devilish things up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button.
Church, if you're breathing today, you got a reason to give God praise. If he Hallelujah! Hey! Hey! Take your time, Pastor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey! Hey! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey!
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
Jesus, my best friend.
Best friend, Jesus, my best friend.
He never needs.
Best friend,
Jesus, my best friend. He never leaves. Church, if you're breathing today, you got a reason to give God praise. If he woke you up, if he kept your mind, if he made a way out of no way, just lift your hands right now and say, Lord, you always come through.
Lord, you do it.
Slow worshiping.
He always comes through.
So much to dare me.
Glory.
Give him glory.
He always comes through.
Yes, he does.
Glory.
Won't he do it? He always comes through.
He always comes through.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Won't he do it?
He always comes through.
Oh, yes, he does. Won't he do it? He always comes through.
He always comes through.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
If you know he came through.
Yes, he does.
If you know he came through for you.
Yes, he does.
What to do?
He always comes through.
He always comes.
He always comes through.
I feel breakthrough in the room. I feel chains breaking right now. He didn't fail me. He never.
He never. He never.
He always comes through.
He always finds.
I feel breakthrough in the room.
He always.
I feel chains breaking right now.
He never.
He never
turned his eyes.
He never walked away.
No, never runs away.
Never.
He never turned his back.
Never. Somebody that knows God still works miracles.
Somebody that knows God still works miracles.
Open your mouth and give him praise right now. He telling me, he telling me, he always comes through.
He always
does.
He always
does.
He always comes through.
Every time.
He always.
If you know he came through.
He always.
If you know he came
He
through.
always comes through.
He always comes through.
All right, church, catch your breath, but don't you stop praising him. We almost done.
But he's not done blessing.
He always comes through.
Say it until you believe it.
He always comes through.
Say it until you believe it. He always. He always. He always. He always. If you believe it, just a whisper. If you believe it, just a whisper. He always comes through.
He always comes through.
Always.
He always comes.
It's been dry out here. Lord, we need that living water again.